Alrighty folks, welcome to August 26th. 26 equals God. 2015, and a host of gems just waiting every single morning. I can't wait. This morning I love how God ordains gems in our personal lives that are just glaring. I deliver newspapers to one house that has a box labeled in all capital letters with papers, X, flyers. And it just hit me like a truck that it adds to 12 times 12 perfectly in 12 letters. Just like that other divine phrase I got from the Holy Ghost the other day, energy plus effort equals 12 times 12 in 12 letters. That is what God desires in physical activity and in sport and in all of our work in life, energy plus effort. That's what any coach is looking for. And God bless you equals 12 times 12. Okay? So, personal gem. Remember, the world is a treasure hunt. It's, you go out there and you're like, oh my, here it is again. And then I got a bunch of gems I want to share on from the World Championships of Track and Field. I'm so excited what's going on there. I smell glory all over it. I want to preach on some real obvious ones that have already happened. The women's heptathlon, Jessica Ennis-Hill equals God is sovereign. And she won with a point total of 6,669. Pure threes. And she was shocked by her results. She was totally shocked. She said she would have been happy with bronze. But it's the glory of God, the numbers, it's all maximum. Let's get all this stuff on the board. And a bunch of more gems in Canadian athletes in the 2015 Track and Field Championships, which just so happened to be the 15th annual. It's the threes are maximum here. So let's get some of this on the board. I just want to share exactly. I love simple personal ones like this. No joke, folks. So I deliver newspapers in the morning to this address, and even the address divides by 3, 6117. But papers divides by 3, it's really obvious. Flyers equals Jehovah, it's 3 points less than 72. Papers is 75, it's 3 points higher than 72. Well, put these two together and you get 144, a double of 72, which is 12 times 12 in 12 letters. We've just solved all papers and flyers ever delivered in the history of the universe. And there's a lot. Because God loves communication and love and people knowing what He's doing in the story. That's what the newspaper is, the story of God. What's going on? Now, it should be a good newspaper that covers the glory and the love. I mean, remember that there's 99.9% like love happening at all times, and there's, anyways. Okay, so, and it's written just like this. He's even got an X in the center. X is 24 AAA. So if you add the X to this number, 144, you get my favorite number practically, X to 201, which equals God is sovereign. As I stand on newspapers that I've got all over the floor here, it's just exciting. So, ordained by heaven. Papers, 6 letters. Flyers, 6 letters. Papers, flyers. It's the guy made like a beautiful, like whoever, the couple, whatever, made a beautiful wood box for it. They received both the sun and the province. The sun and the province, those words will divide by 3. Every single morning, daily divides by 3. But you're just like, and it's like written in beautiful, all capital letters. Papers, flyers. 12 times 12 in 12 letters. And they even put this little, this perfect X in the center, which is 24 AAA. So if you add that to the party, you get 168, which equals God is sovereign. I love it. The world is God's stage, and it's gorgeous, and it's a giant treasure hunt. Okay, and so I write these things down. Now, speaking of 168, so Jessica Ennis-Hill, who won the heptathlon, the women's heptathlon at the Beijing World Track and Field Championships, her name adds to 168. And on her front, they have their Ennis-Hill. As they compete, they have their last name, or if it's a dual last name, they have that on their front of their track singlet. And I'm just boiling some eggs here, so. Excuse me. There we go. Ennis-Hill divides by 3, and Jessica divides by 3. And Jessica Ennis-Hill equals 168 equals God is sovereign. And she just won with a point total of 6,669. Pretty obvious for 3. Man, and the glory just keeps coming. Now what's amazing with that is she recently got married. She was formerly known as Jessica Ennis. But then she got married, and now she's Jessica Ennis-Hill. And in my absolute strong knowledge and opinion, she got a name upgrade. Now, everywhere, Ennis-Hill divides by 3, and it's gorgeous, and Jessica Ennis-Hill adds to 168, which equals God is sovereign. She's 29 years old, and she just won the women's heptathlon. And she was shocked. She said she would have been happy. Read the article for yourself and watch her. She said, I would have been happy to get bronze at the World Championships. I was not thinking of getting gold. And she got the gold. I'm telling you, in the sovereignty of God, He makes sure that it's maximum for His glory. So stir it as long as you want. And then the runner-up is, of course, another famous 3, Thiessen Eaton. Divides by 3. And her first name, Brianna, whatever it is, divides by 3. So Brianna Thiessen Eaton divides by 3. In fact, she's like love plus half love, and they're like really close all the time. Very cool. So like look at Ennis-Hill. And this is really important because I got the revelation on the solution of the 10 events of the modern decathlon while I was at the gym, and I made a video on it. The 10 events in the modern decathlon add perfectly to triple love times 10. So the average value of each event name is triple love. If you haven't seen that video, watch it, I insist. And God was speaking to me about how the world's greatest athletes are decathletes. And in the women's case, of course, heptathletes. Okay? And so I'm seeing God really do amazing things at this year's World Track and Field Championships. And the men's event, the men's decathlon, has yet to finish. And it's going to, I mark my words, God is going to pull off some special things in this men's decathlon for the number 3. Ashton Eaton is expected to win. We've solved him many times, really easily. There's another American, James Edward Hardy, by Divine Ordinance. His name adds perfectly to 144, 12 times 12. His first name, James, is 48. Edward and Hardy is the double of that. Gorgeous name. He's expected to be a medal contender. And then my favorite from Canada, Damien Warner, who we preached on as the winner of the Pan Am Games, is also in medal contention. And it's going to be an amazing result in the men's decathlon at this year's World Championships. And it's going to scream out threes. That we've already solved the names of the gentlemen, but I would not be surprised, absolutely, if the final results were just not glaring for the number 3. So Ennis-Hill, the winner of the women's heptathlon. Someone can solve the events of the women's heptathlon for homework. Ennis-Hill, look at how gorgeous this is. See how her last name chain linked with her husband's? 27 right there, 9, 9, 24 in here, and then this is 33 up here. Gorgeous, and that's written on the front everywhere she competes, and so it's to the glory of the Trinity. Ennis-Hill, God is sovereign. Then her first name, Jessica, divides by 3. There's another famous Jessica, whose first and last name divide by 3, Jessica Simpson. You can just solve everyone. And you're like, fame has been solved, people. I'm just telling you, fame has been solved. It all belongs to the Trinity. And this is how it works. Ennis-Hill, there you go. So Jessica Ennis-Hill equals God is sovereign. Again, I just got this gem. Isn't it amazing how from the meekest papers, ex-flyers, God is sovereign. Jessica Ennis-Hill, God is sovereign. And you're kidding me. She scores exactly 6,669 points to win. And Jehovah equals 69. Could you ask for a more 3-loaded number? For the record on 3-loaded numbers, the world record for the men's decathlon in the hands of Ashton Eaton is 9039. Every digit in these numbers divides by 3. Is God at work? Yes. Is God sovereign? Yes. Is He orchestrating all of this to be in perfect synchronization? Yes. Including the revelations of all these things delivered into my hands every single morning, bright and early, at 2 a.m. by means of the morning newspapers? Yes. I receive 4 newspapers that I must deliver starting like by 2 a.m. They're supposed to be done by 5:30 a.m. weekdays. The Globe and Mail, the National Post, the Province, and the Vancouver Sun. Okay, 2 national newspapers and 2 provincial newspapers for Canada. And then Thiessen Eaton, the runner-up, the silver medal, we solved her before, and she competes for Canada, and she's married to Ashton Eaton, of course. Both their names divided by 3, and she was wearing number 333 when she was at the Pan Am Games, and remember 333, when you speak it, that also equals God is sovereign. So cool. It's so cool because God has 3 persons and it's His story. So it's a great treasure hunt, and it's an exciting breathless glory fest, day and night. Okay, so that is so exciting. I'm so excited about what's going to happen in the decathlon. We've already seen the most amazing threes already at this World Championships with Andre DeGrasse. Here's the official Globe and Mail that I purchased that I'm going to put on my wall with that famous photograph with lane 3 to 9 coming in 3rd place, tying DeGrasse in 9, and then Traven Brommel, whose name adds to 8 times AAA. We've talked about that one. Okay, so then there's and another famous 3 on that victory, that 3rd place finish for DeGrasse, is that it was the 3rd medal of the meet for Canada, and not like the 3rd medal of the entire competition, and also the 3rd medal on that single day of competition. And we had a surprise bronze before that in the race walk by Ben Thorne from BC, no less, my province, and Brianne Thiessen-Eaton, who got silver in that decathlon. So, Canada's medal hopes with 5 days to go are Damien Warner in the decathlon. We solved Damien Warner, Mr. 11 times 11. High jumper Derek Drouin. That was a thrilling preach on his result at the Pan Am Games. If you haven't watched that one, it'll blow your mind what God ordained for his triune glory with Drouin. And Christabel Nettie. I preached on this before. She won gold in the long jump at the Pan Am Games. It was just the perfect image of diversity. You had this tall, white, Derek Drouin win the high jump, and then you had the very dark and black-skinned Christabel Nettie win the long jump. Male and female. I just love the diversity. Christabel, her name starts with Christ. Christabel Nettie divides by 3, and long jump is love plus love. So, and then finally the men's 4x100 meter relay, which will be awesome, 4x100. And so more 3s that I'm picking up in this story. Like I just smell, we're hot on the trail on this one. I smell glory all over this World Championships. And I'm focusing on Canadian athletes, as I should, being in Canada, but people from all over, like just if you want to study these little performances, you'll see so much. But here's a focus on Brendan Rodney, who's competing in the 200 meters and will also, I believe, be on the 4x100 team. Here's an obvious famous 3 for you as well. Rodney divides by 3. Canada, 888, Nike, 39 equals Kubi. And his first name, Brendan, divides by 3. So you can do the math all together on Brendan Rodney. He's competing in the 200 meters. And lo and behold, he finished 3rd. You're just like, the 3s just keep coming in his heat. It doesn't really matter what you get in your heats, obviously, but what does Brendan Rodney add to? 18, 18, 36, 51. His last name is 81. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, like written on his chest. Beautiful. First name. And I'm telling you, give birth to kids and give them mathematically gorgeous names. It's just pretty darn simple. 18 plus, let's see, 21, 39, 57. Oh my goodness, his first name is 72. 8, a triple of triple A's, which is 9 times 8. His first name is 9 times 8. His last name is 9 times 9. This is too good. Now they got 9 lanes of the track now. DeGrasse runs in lane 9. I'm just like, there you go. There he is, Brendan Rodney. First name 9 times 8, last name 9 times 9. Competing for Canada, AAA. Red is the king of colors. That's why I'm wearing red in this video. Nike equals my last name. Kubi equals 33. It's all too perfect. It's all too perfect. The 3s are just pouring out like we cannot believe in the most dramatic, obvious ways. That photo finish. So pay attention. We're smelling glory. We're hot on the trail of the World Track and Field Championships and what God is doing for His triune glory. Remember, folks, these are the real athletes of the world. They are not paid silly amounts of money and given silly amounts of media attention like you know who, okay? These are the real athletes. Track and field, the quintessential, epic, age-old sport of man. Okay, higher, faster, stronger. That motto of the Olympics adds to 240 perfectly. Wow. So we're hot in the gold mine here. Man. So this may be Canada's most successful World Track and Field Championships. Brendan Rodney said there's a new attitude among the team. He's 23 years old. That glorifies number 3. That's the 9th prime, 3 times 3. And he's from Brampton, which divides by 3. Wet. Amazingly, the last name of the guys he talks about that are probably part of the 4x100 for Canada, by the way, 4x100 divides by 3, Aaron Brown, Andre DeGrasse, and then his last name is Rodney. So on their chests, you see that? On the chest, Rodney, pure threes. Find a picture of Jessica Ennis competing. Ennis-Hill on her chest. You know, Brianne, Thiessen Eaton. The name. If I have kids or if I compete, Kubi is on my front. Kubi equals 90, or 39, pardon me, equals Nike. 3 times 13, perfect for 3. Triune God, okay? And but this is amazing. As I just read this article here, Rodney is saying, so Brown, 72, a triple of triple eights. Grass equals Jehovah. DeGrasse adds 9 points on top of that, 78. Those differ by 6. And then his last name, Rodney, is 81. So talk about a stacked 4x100 relay team. And they would have easily won the gold medal at the Pan Am Games if they didn't have a lane disqualification. God is sovereign. I believe they're going to win this 4x100 meter relay at the World Championships in Beijing, which, well, now we're at the World Championships, so this is very challenging, but this could be the win for them. The World Championships are more difficult to win gold at than the Pan Am Games, obviously. I actually don't know. I don't know how good the world field is and what they're up against, but I'm smelling some obvious glory in this team. Rodney, 81. Brown, 72. DeGrasse, 78. Like, all those numbers divide by 3, like, you know, different by 3 and 6. It's like if they just had a 75 in there, they'd have like 4 numbers of 3 that all go up in 3s on a single relay team. For their last names on their chest, I'd be like, there it is. Jehovah God's like 3 stamped team. Okay. So Rodney ran a personal best in his 200-meter heats to finish 3rd in his heat. Aren't you just loving the 3s? They're just like, if God ordains you to finish 3rd, sing your head off. 3 is the golden number. Going for bronze divides by 3, just like going for gold. You know, and I preached on this earlier, when you're in a tournament match, like volleyball, or any team event where you pit 2 teams against each other, how does it always end up at the end? You have the gold medal match, and you have the bronze medal match. You have the 2 teams that are competing for the gold, and then the 2 teams that are competing for the bronze. So, by divine ordinance, we can safely say, going for gold in 3 words divides by 3, and going for bronze in 3 words divides by 3. Sing your head off if you're going for bronze. God is 3 persons. Okay, so, on Wednesday, no less, the 3rd day of the week by many people's calculations. So, DeGrasse is now ranked number 3 in the world behind Justin Gatlin. And Jamaica's Rashid Dwyer. Oh, because Usain Bolt has been injured, has been struggling with injuries. No kidding. So, whoa, more 3s here. There's another man, Jamaica's Rashid Dwyer. So, listen to this. DeGrasse, okay, who won bronze, ranks him, so now he's ranked number 3 in the world, behind American Justin Gatlin, Justin and Gatlin both divide by 3, and Jamaica's Rashid Dwyer. Well, Rashid divides by 3, and Dwyer divides by 3. Every single word in these gentlemen's names divides by 3. We're talking the top 3 sprinters ranked in the world as of this newspaper today. And of course, Usain Bolt is not in that top 3 list because he was plagued with injuries this year. Are you seeing how God is sovereign in all this? Rashid divides by 3. Dwyer divides by 3. Justin divides by 3. Gatlin divides by 3. Andre divides by 3. And Grass both divide by 3. That's the names, the official names of the top 3 sprinters in the world as of this current newspaper. Talk about a 3 fest. This is ridiculous. I've solved Justin Gatlin before. I've never seen Rashid Dwyer. 6 and 15, 42. His first name is 60, which equals holy. Last name, 57. Plus, no kidding, his last name is 75, which divides by 15, being 15 points higher than the first. Rashid Dwyer equals love plus half a love. And on the 3s come. Everyone's always like, Oh, Usain Bolt, Usain Bolt. He's the only one we care about. It's like, no, God loves everyone. And everyone is necessary in this whole picture and beautiful story, and God has a plan for everyone. And we wouldn't have the excitement of the gold medalist if we didn't have the silver medalist and the bronze medalist and the other runners, you know, pushing everyone on together. Okay, you know, and the architects that like made the tracks and the construction workers that laid the asphalt. It's like, okay. This is too good. And then Ben Thorne. So on this 3-stamp day that they won oh yeah, and then Sean Barber. That was the coolest one of all, that Sean Barber won gold in the pole vault. Sean Barber equals 111, vaulter equals 99. Pole vaulter adds 48 to that to make it 147, a 7th set of 21s. Vaulter equals gymnast. Both words equal 99 to the glory of the Trinity. If you're a vaulter, you know, you're like a gymnast. Many gymnasts do the vault. Just more words. And that was an awesome gem. So this is the hot spot. I see the threes just being poured out in these amateur athletes at the track and field championships. And the decathlon is yet to go, and that's going to be a crown. That's going to be a crown and a jewel in the crown, whatever you want. It's too good. It's too good. Oh yeah, so I solved. So there were 3 medals on that one day that finished in the third one being the very famous third place finish of DeGrasse in lane 9 for the 100 meter final. And that's like the most dramatic of all, because it's a photo finish tie between lane 3 and lane 9, and it's the most epic photo of the century for the number 3, because the accuracy is impeccable. Look at Mr. Lane 3, and then look at Mr. Lane 9. And by Divine Ordinance, Traven Bromwell equals 192, 8 times 888, and Andre DeGrasse, of course, equals 120, both divided by 24, 888, tying for third, tying for bronze in lanes 3 and 9, and the field consisted of 9 runners. There is no 100 meter final in the history of the universe that has ever been anything like that in its perfection for the number 3. And I'm going to cut this photo out and put it up because there's 9 men running. Traditionally, it has been an 8-man race. Okay, but there's 9. Here's DeGrasse in lane 9, getting 3rd place. Here's Mr. Lane 3. Bolt is in the center, lane 5. He's surrounded by like 4 or 5 Americans in red. But there's 9 men, 3 times 3. Okay, it's too good, too good. But on that day, okay, get this. So his 3rd place tying bronze medal winning race in lane 9 was the 3rd medal for Canada on that day. The other one was the gold medal by Sean Barber, which we preached on, but the other one was a surprise 3rd place finish by Mr. Ben Thorne from BC. And his full birth name was 199, which is the 3-digit all-factor 9 number, the 46 prime, which is a double of the 9th prime, which glorifies the number 3. And it's actually the name of the current street which I live on. 199. It's a king number for 3. And he finishes 3rd. Genius. Wonderful. Perfect. I love it. Okay, so I can't wait to watch Cristobal Netti's performance in the long jump. We preached on her name for the Pan Am Games when she won gold. We preached on Druin. We preached on Damian Warner and the solution of the 10 events of the modern decathlon. So it's going to be good what this all rounds out to be. And man, Edmonton. Carlene Muir, 3 there. And remember, another beautiful bonus gem is that the coach, Carol Smith, I'm missing her last name, of Andre DeGrasse, her name in 3 components adds to the famous 201, like my favorite number of world history. It's all too perfect. Okay, so that's the glory pile from there. So yeah, Jessica Ennis-Hill got what is called a season's best. They say for these athletes, season's best. Season's best, the phrase divides by 3, it's 138, and they abbreviate it SB, which is 21 divided by 3. Just like a PB. They'll say this on the track all the time. Oh, I got a new PB. Personal best, PB 18. But they'll just say PB. Oh, I got a new SB. And they'll just write that. When you watch these things on television, they write the little PB, you know, in green or in bright color next to the results list. PD, SP, SP. And you're just like, oh, they did it. Threes. It's like, here it is, dumped on, okay. So, that is cool. So, Jessica Ennis-Hill, God is Sovereign. 6'9" points in the women's decathlon. Okay. And we just solved, for the first time in world history, the 10 events of the modern decathlon in previous video, talking about Damian Warner with his gold at the Pan Am Games. We're going to see an amazing show in the men's decathlon at this World Championships. Like, this is too glaring. What has already happened in the women's. And then, of course, Brianne Thiessen-Eaton, who gorgeously divides by 3, got the silver. But this is too glaring. So wait for what happens in the men's decathlon. And all these names that I've mentioned already, their performances will be stellar, I'm sure. Okay, cool. I just love preaching and everything that we possibly can. Is that all I wanted to mention this morning? Sure. On a completely randomly different note, the scientific name for chocolate is Theobroma Cacao, which means food of the gods. It adds to 120 perfectly by Divine Ordinance. This is the new Great Value dark chocolate bar. And just a personal little note here. I think Great Value, the brand that Walmart is putting out, does an exceptional job. Righteous business, good price, and just about every Great Value product I've tried, I feel like this is a commercial after, like, you know, the broadcast. Just about every product that is Great Value that I've tried is excellent. It tastes delicious. Like, I'm like, how is it that these guys are bettering, like, companies that have been in their business, like, for like 20 years? It's like I tried Great Value strawberry twists the other day. You know, the equivalent, the knockoff equivalent of licorice, like Twizzlers. And they taste better than Twizzlers. And I'm just like, how is it that every single Great Value, like, product that I try is, like, better than all the competition? Anyways, it just, and they got a righteous price on it. Like, it's the cheapest, you know, item next to all the competitors on the shelves, of course, which is their idea. This program brought to you by Great Value Dark Chocolate. You know, and it is delicious. Okay. So, this morning, God willing, starting at 9 o'clock, very shortly, it's 8:22 a.m., we go from 9 to 12, an obvious 3 fest there. It is Trinity Western Spartans. Okay, Complete Champion Camp. Complete Champion Camp adds to 201, composed of 3 words that start with C, which is 3. Trinity Western Spartans divides by 3. Spartans equals love plus love. We do a cheer with all the campers, the kids, regularly, the coaches. We are, and then everyone shouts, Spartans. Spartans equals love plus love. Okay, and Trinity Western University is pushing to get approved their law school, and I just know God is going to be glorified through that whole story, and I just love how God is sovereign over all this. Okay, so I got to actually eat some breakfast before I go, but the 3s keep coming, and we will continue to bring them on this channel. So, this is Derek Leonard Reinhardt QB, God News, Langley, British Columbia, Canada, signing off. There you go. And do the math on that whole sign off. It was like 24 times 24. It's really cool. Okay, fun stuff. More to come. Tons more to come.